In the name of God, the beneficent, the most merciful. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning. I want to talk to you guys about the day of trouble, a warning for America. And a warning that's coming on this nation. Because God, He's master of this day of judgment. Now, tell me something. Why should there be a judgment? Why? Are there any accessory for it? You see, many of us, my brothers and sisters, have been before the judges. And my dear brothers, you have been before the judges. But you know that the judges in the world do not judge with justice. And that some of us have been with them long enough that you don't expect to see any justice done. Isn't that right? So now we can take our case to court. You know, it's natural. It's what a good citizen should do. But the judges of this world are not just judges. And since that there is no real justice in this world, this is why the world needs to be judged. And this is why there will be a day of judgment. And then let me say, against America and against this world. Now, what is the judgment? Judgment. Judgment. See, when you get a judgment, now what do that mean? That means that a judge has rendered a decision. And that decision is called the judgment. You see, the judgment is when he or she judge authoritatively, wise, good sense, discretion, the judgment. See, brothers and sisters, whenever you are at a sentence hearing, the first thing our eyes is fastened on the clerk. Now we want to know, what is it? And that judge, he or she can sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Now the question is, what kind of power do you have to overturn that decision? Now I want you to listen carefully now. See, God sends down a decision. And that decision is the total destruction of America. See, I know that you say that you are American. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that you are American. There's nothing wrong with it. But the real question is America good? And by what standard? And if America have extended the limit, the question is, someone has to make it known, the decision. Someone has to make it public. See, I want you to listen carefully now. Most of you today would rather integrate with the enemy. See, you are in love with this enemy. So if God sends down his judgment on enemy that you have love, you start saying, well, no, God, I ain't going with you unless I bring white folks with me. Yes, this is you. See, some of you would say, well, The hell with you, God. I know that there's some good white people. And then you start making yourself busy trying to find someone good that you can tell your God to your own God. See, you remind me of Abraham. See, when Abraham went to the angels and says to the angels, will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? He said, well, go see, can you find 50? You find 50, I will now spare the city. See, Abraham couldn't find 50. Then he said, go see, can you find 30? Then he said, go see, can you bring me one outside of Lot and his family? If you can bring me one, I spare the city. See, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they bow to get. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, America is facing a judgment similar to that of ancient Babylon. Now, if you like to be caught in a snare, as he set the snare of ancient Babylon, America is in a similar snare as ancient Babylon, Jeremiah 50, as we see the days of trouble has now come to America. We see the days of trouble has now come to us from Almighty God, Allah. See, God, who is the real owner of the heaven and earth. See, God created for himself a heaven, and then he let it out toward forth and right race, for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. But they have proved unworthy of such glorious creations. And now the God, who is the owner of this heaven and earth, is ready to take over and rule it for himself. Never no more, and I mean never no more, will the earth nor the heavens of the earth be let out to non-owners. It is a great wisdom taught to us, and let new creatures, right race, try their knowledge of mastering that which they were not made to master, which we knew when we made them, that they will not be able to master the original creation for long. For as long as we, the black people, are the planet, there is no new creatures that can put in order for ruling that which we already have, and we are in it. It is such a wise piece of work that has been done. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the originator of this creation is just. There is no comparison anywhere to make. There is no such thing that the originators can put the planet aside out of the hole. Let someone else take over. This race, the right race, has not been successful in ruling according to their will and according to a real owner. See, for the right race have to use the original materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which the right man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since the white man continued to make this trouble, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out of trying to live with the white man in peace. The nature of this white man is ever causing unrest amongst himself and amongst us too. So the white man just cannot make peace for himself because we see of his nature today. Today, God has decided that we, the black people, cannot get along with this white man in peace, and that the white man must be removed. See, the white race wants to remove us, the black people. But in order for this white man to remove the black man, he will have to remove the whole entire heavens and make the heaven abode anything like life. And then from above, we have to just start all over again and create life. See, for the life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have established it. Therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that new life could come in, we will have to rid the space of life which belonged to us, the black man. When the space was rid of life that we, the black people, have created, no one will have to create life of its own making. The poor black people here in America must be changed into a new and different people altogether. So God, to whom praise are due forever, taught me. But now the complete make of us, we will be renewed on what we are now. We call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a complete new thing from man and earth and the heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing, and not a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from, not this time. The thing that God would like to do now and will do is to destroy the works of the devil. And the devil would like to destroy God's work that God has created. The devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil has no part in the creation of this first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay hold to the power that will destroy the first work of God. The main thing, which I keep mentioning enough to make you disgusted, is something for this black man in America who has spent his life long and sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as the black man can awaken to that knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. Allah God wants to put this black man back into power. The way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again to master power after giving this black man the authorities. See, look at the poor, once pitiful black man in America. Look how he strives to reach for himself. It is making a fast progress in that which God leads to him to understand. The black man conversation has changed. The black man way of thinking has changed. His physical form has changed. It is a great thing that have come to this black man in America. The black man in America is getting happier and happier. It's not hard for this black man in America to get rich. For he's getting rich from his own wisdom. See, no one have given him anything. As the Bible teaches you of the Son, no one gave into him. But he's getting rich so fast. And God chose the Son to become the head of the house that he has to stray away from. The future of the black man is so beautiful that we can hardly comprehend it. The biggest thing that's there before us is qualification and readiness. Let us get qualified to master the house that God has given to us, for someone tries to rob us of that master in the house. If they rob us of the master in the house, I'm sorry for us. I said to you, black brothers and black sisters, do not be foolish. See, the kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. But to get the house into our service is like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he is in, as the baby mature in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world that the black man must build himself. See, these are the days of trouble. Pledged by God, we see America is doomed with the end of the rule of the white race over the black people of earth in sight. See, face to face, we have to deal with each other according to the actual facts which exist between the two nations, black and white, with the nature and desire of the white race to continue their rule and suggestion of the darker people, even though The white man recognized these facts, his suggestion, his thinking, what he has inquired under such rule, that which is his. He cannot give up the prey, his concessions, merchandise, which he has splitted out from under the nose and eyes of the real owner, black man. He is willing to shed the blood of his own people and of that of others to hold into that which he called his legal possessions. The spirit arose, and the black man says no, that the continent and what is on and under its surface belong to him and his people, black nations. This spirit and knowledge is now not only confined to Africa and Asia, the black, brown, and yellow people, but it actually is now arising an American so-called nickel, the true lost, found brothers of the black man throughout the earth. Whether it be Africa or Asia, he is the brothers of them all. It is desire of the right way to continue to hold power and authorities over black Africa, whether it be or elsewhere. They will just have to give it up. You see, England, Germany, and Italy, and France, especially England, France, and Stelton, Germany, seem to be diehards. So the white man will be acting wisely if they will realize that one day, sooner or later, they must pack up and leave. Wherefore, I quote the Bible prophesies concerning the separation of nations. Again today, as it was before. See, every man must go to his own. See, this is the clearest and most direct justice that God and man could agree upon. So the white man cannot live in luxury unless he has this black man in his place of possessions and suggestion to his will. But as I repeatedly says in this paper and all of my writings, you cannot make God and his prophet liars, nor can we reverse the time of the prediction in which these things would take place. So the time hath come. It is nothing but justice that we have possession what is our own. So the white man is conscious of the fact that he had deceived the black man of the knowledge of the black man and his possessions. But that particularly authority was given divinely temporarily. But by that same divinity, it is now being taken from the right race. See, the right race is facing doom because she will not act according to justice and righteousness, which was not by nature put in her. But this is known, and her race is frightened concerning her future, as we see here in America today. See, the white man recognizes coming doom, and many of them rather die here and go elsewhere outside of America to try to defend what they call their own independent sovereignty. See, some have poured gasoline over themselves and commit suicide by setting themselves on fire. This is a very new and open act of a people who want every other people, black, brown, yellow, red, on earth, to fight their wars, to save their independency. A ruthless and brutal people like America, we see England and Germany should be ashamed in this modern time to look for these people when they have robbed, killed, murdered, brought under suggestion by force to think that today they should be so soundly asleep that they ignore the time and authority that they can unite as Europeans have been doing against black Africa and brown and yellow Asia. As the book says to the right race, as thou hast done, so shall it be done to you. The white man must return to Europe and country on that continent for his future, or else country on his death instead of his life, where they can no longer rule the black man. The black man now knows where his home is. He's now rising up to take possession of that which is his. America's doom feared. See, Allah and the person of Master Fly, Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, for finding an office to sit us in heaven at once, our submission to him entirely. We fear the doom of America that is now cutting her to pieces. Prophecy teach us that her doom will come in one day. Death Morning came in one day. One day means 1 year. Even after that, she should be burned with fire. Divine prophecy is that America will suffer isolation from the nation of the earth. The Revelation of John, the Bible prophesies of America's doom. America is spoken of under the savage name we see of a beast and dragon who oppose the messenger of God and all those who seeks to follow him. Beast we see and dragon are the names used to represent America because we see the nature and the characteristics of these people. We see evil and haters of his black one slaves. The beast or dragon trolls the woman seeking to destroy the messengers and the followers, the new convert. To the messenger of Allah is referred to as a woman with the newborn baby, with a victorious beast-like enemy trails her, the messenger of God, everywhere that he goes. Now, this woman with the newborn was to make his presence to be among God's people. And ever since this 6,000 years, the devil been on this planet, there's been one war after another. See, it's proven that you cannot live with them in peace. See, peace was never in the nature of the right race. Revelation 12:4. This woman that was carrying this baby, that baby was special to be amongst God's people. See, the beast does this to prevent the messengers and his followers from making this progress and making friends with his own black people who will help the messengers to convert and unite his black people, not only the United States of America, but the whole world of the black nation. To unite and fly out of our enemies who seeks to destroy and kill you and me night and day does not just mean leaving America, but it means also to leave the ideologically all that America represents. And the nation we see, Europe and Asia, stood far away off for fear of a burning the USA, for fear of a divine pledge. To you, my black people, we see the end is now. Who said that you were going any place? See, heaven and hell are both a condition of life. They are not places. The devil make hell for you. And God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom praise or do forever, makes heaven for you and me. America has in her own doom, with the ultimate aim of this world should be known to everyone, especially the righteous. We are classified, the righteous, as being the people who belong to the right God, to the God of righteousness, truth, freedom, justice, and equality of the nation of righteousness. Today, so-called American Negro must be resurrected and made to know, understand the fate of anyone who will follow or be deceived by the arch deceivers. The strongest and most powerful weapons the arch deceiver have at their disposal is to deceive the world of righteousness, the nation of Islam. They do not stop at the common ignorant Muslims, but reach also for the scholars and scientists of Islam, who should be aware of their trickery and their deceits. We are in a world that is passing out of existency, and she is putting up a fight war to destroy the nation of righteousness. Beware, to try to possess of Allah's truth only hasten their doom of falsehoods and its teachers. See, the world of evil makes its first attack on the world of righteousness, thereby showing herself as being an enemy of righteousness. When she thinks that she has built up a strong enough force to attack the righteous, she does so, which I have said before, hasten her own doom. See, falsehood cannot be victorious over the truth in the days of truth. See, the resurrection is the day of truth. The resurrection is the day of truth as it trumpet over falsehood. The arch deceiver forged war against himself. The ultimate aim is to do as they people always have done, to try to destroy the preachers of truth and those who believe and follow him. See, this was the aim of Cain when he slayed his brother Abel, and the aim of the dragon when he sought to destroy the woman the messenger, as it is written, Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. The lost found members of that nation should be taught to know the ultimate aim of this world. See, God had visited them and had prepared a teacher in myself to teach them, thereby making it easy for them to understand and recognize this world and its secret ultimate aim. It is even given in the Bible in Revelation 12:9. There it speaks of the members belonging to the righteous nation and shows that through deceits, see, Satan calls them to become as himself against the truth, peace, justice, safety, security, one who enjoyed if he only was not deceived it. Under deceits, we see the weak-minded who have no understanding or knowledge of the art deceivers. The devil, Satan are made prey in the hands of the art deceivers. This will bring about war as a showdown between the God of righteousness and the God of unrighteousness, the devil, that already have begun. God must fulfill his promise to show himself as God over all powers of heaven and earth, and man on earth, as it is written, Thessalonians chapter 2:9. He comes after working of Satan. See, Satan had been given the power, knowledge, and authority to deceive as many as he could before the appearance of God, or the universal manifestation of the presence of God. He was given this power in the beginning, according to chapter 2 and 7 of the Holy Quran, according to the Bible in Genesis 1:26, Revelation 6:4 and 8, Revelation 12:3 and 4. We have known all our life that the devil was a great deceiver, an enemy of God, and that he wished to be the victors with his knowledge of superior art and deceiving the people of God. The desire to cast them down, disgrace them, and to make them accept his deceits for the very face of God and the general resurrection of the dead. So-called American Negro, as I had repeatedly taught in my article, sermon, and lecture to my people, are spiritually dead. They have been touched and paralyzed to death by the art deceiver through his missionary teachings, his literature, his personal conversation, and by accepting his advice. God has given me a very strong truth that will defend and protect and prevent you from falling victims to the art deceivers. Read these and treasure them. They are your life. Ignore them. It is your death. The great days we see, the terrible days of God. We must not forget how we are warned today by prophecies for 100 years, for 1,000 years, that the end must come to his world. The ruler of this world must be removed. Crown must be taken off, placed upon another head, and they will rule in justice and righteousness. The people of this world we see have now become so wicked and so fearful of the consequences of their own rule until the almost stopless vision is gone, and the fearfulness have taken hold of the people. Their heads is going to unfold to the nations of earth to find a way of peace between the heads of nations. A great time we see, a terrible sometime, a terrible time. So the hearts of the people all begin to weaken and to fail because of what is going on, what they see is coming. American people have lived so rich and so joyfully in wickedness and murder, robbery and hatred of one another, until they harden their hearts so much that they are made to think that they can make friends and live on with those upon whom they have no mercy. They crushed all weak nations of the earth with their powers and brought them to the clutches of slavery. They forced other nations to bow, and they pushed the borders around the earth as the kings did in his day and time. But in those days, the king boasts. Let's think over. See, England made that same boast. See, England used to boast that the sun did not set on an empire. Take a look at England today. There's no British empire for the sun or moon to set on. This morning, May 30, we see 1972, we see the radio news announcers said that they found mines in the Chicago River. Let's make it all together more frightening. If a mine should blow a ship up in the city limits, it would be dangerous to the life of people. Just think over this. The Chicago River runs to the downtown sections of Chicago, Illinois. No one wants to frighten the people more, but the frightening of the people sometimes does good. The great day, we see the terrible day. People are just being shot down on the streets, right in their homes, or while walking the streets. They are blown down as though their life are nothing. See the great days, the terrible days. American people have been here, according to history, since a few years after Columbus, the explorers. She conquered the Red Indians, the original owners of the land, who she found here and took it for a home for herself in time. She has continued conquering until her conquering powers have gone around the earth, affecting every civilized nation submission to her will. She's successful in forcing other people to bow to her will, whether they like it or not. Now, it is the hands of God, which is after America, to force her into submission. A hand from which we have no defense, as it is written, prophesied in the Bible, in the name of Babylon. In Jeremiah 51:25, behold, I'm against you, O destroying mountains, said the Lord, which destroy all the earth. I will stretch out my hands upon you and roll you down from the rock, will make you a burnt mountain. Jeremiah 53 says, in the 51 chapter, verse 53, though Babylon shall mount up to heaven, though she shall fortify the heights of her strength, yet for me shall spoils come into her, said the Lord. America is under a destruction similar to that of ancient Babylon. In the Bible, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Revelation, and John prophesies concerning her. Babylon, they're mentioned, is a future Babylon and not a Babylon of the past. America have enslaved all of the so-called Negro, and her evil mistreatment of them is similar to ancient Babylon. Enslavement and mistreatment of the Jews, according to the scripture, took the hands of God to bring the king of Babylon and his people into submission to the power of God. He brought the surrounding kings and their power against ancient Babylon in their prime, the heights of her glory, and handwriting on the walls. We see the casting down and its falls into the fierce furnace, making drunk the people of God with their strong wine and then mocking them. So it has America done to the so-called Negro. America makes him drunk with wine, whiskey, and beer, and then laugh at him. She put him into the fierce furnace, burned him at the stake, while sitting around with her family drinking intoxicating drinks, laughing at the burning flesh of God's people. There is no justice whatsoever, as Revelation gives it. See, she made all the world drink of her wine of her fornication. But the end is coming to such evil doing. And Isaiah 47 verse 1 says, sit down in the dust. You are no more attracted to the people. Sit on the ground. You are no more delicate to the people. So America have lived in peace, we see, so far as forging war is concerned. She had destroyed other people in their towns and cities. She had leveled down to the ground. She's still prepared to do the same with her great stockpiles She says she has enough bombs and destructive weapons to destroy all human beings on the face of the earth 3 times, still have some left. You see, this she boasts. But Allah God has said to me that He will destroy America and bring her into her knees in humiliation. See, Psalms chapter 2, verse 4, He will sit in heaven and He shall laugh. He will have you in humiliation. The destruction sent to ancient Babylon is recorded in the Bible. It's the answer to most of what He has said to me will come upon the now rich America. Rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. These weapons all belong to God. America, how do you fight an army like this? The Holy Quran, Surah 13, verse 41. We have visited land and curtain a nation from all its sides. The 4 mentioned weapons of Allah God cannot be ignored. The whole year we see had been a year thou far of Allah God pledging America day and night with storms, rain, flood, killing, and destroying properties. And now we see the coming winter. Hell have been falling. In some places we see the size of golf balls and baseballs and footballs. The rain continued to fall in place, and a dreadful snow blizzard is now in the working. So you think y'all all can run and hide and go to Dubai? So you can hide over there and buy your nice pig feet and go and rent in some expensive hotel? You don't think for a second that if God wants to get to you, He can? And over in Dubai, you ain't never seen snow up to 35 feet. We see, snow is one of the most weapons that He used on the wicked. See, the rain, we see, will continue to fall in places. Too much rain will flood properties, flood the cities. Too much rain destroy the pure drinking fountains. See, rain is a destructive army itself. See, earthquakes are here. The rain will continue to fall in places. And a dreadful snow blizzard we see is now in the working. A cold wind is brewing in the north to come against America, as it is written and prophesied, we see in Job 38, 22, and 23. Have you entered into the treasure of the snow, or have you seen the treasure of hell, which I have? We served it in the times of trouble, in the days of battle and wars. See, earthquakes are now again to be touching America lightly, but nevertheless, they are here. With all of her wealth and preaching of Christianity, she had not been a good Christian herself. And as Jeremiah says, arise, get you into the wealthy nations that dwelt without care, said the Lord, which had neither gates nor bars, which dwelt alone. This corresponds to America. See, she lives situated between the 2 greatest bodies of the water of the ocean, the Atlantic and the Pacific, and she is very careless. She rejoices in her evil and filth as though she is self-protected from the divine hands of God. Jeremiah 51, verse 31. Let's go to the 50th chapter, 31. Prophesied, behold, I'm against you. Most proud, said the Lord God of hosts. See, your days have come. The time that I'll visit you. See, Allah God is visiting America with great destruction, which He has to pour upon the wicked America. after the mistreatment of the so-called for 400 years, desire now to deceive them and to cause them to suffer with her, to share her doom. Jeremiah 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. The shepherd has caused them to go astray. And the white and black preachers of Christianity have turned them away on the mountain. They have forgotten their resting place, their native people, and their country. Jeremiah 50, verse 7. All have found them, hath devoured them. And the adversary says, we fear not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Since this white man had made the so-called Negro as wicked as a person as himself, now these are the words that he speaks. See, they are just as evil as we. So therefore, allow gods against them too. So-called Negro repeat the same and says the white man is no worse than the so-called Negro. See, the white man had opened all of his doors and avenues to temptation, to lure the Negro in for total destruction. Again, we have a warning to lead a people with whom God is angry, as the people of ancient Babylon was warned to do. In Jeremiah 51:45, my people go out of the midst of her, deliver every man his soul for the fierce anger of the Lord, and all of the pledge, destruction, judgment, with Allah God used to destroy this wicked and disobedient from the time of Adam until this day, will be brought upon America, that she will be burned with fire. This is the time of trouble that shall bring America into insanity. The dreadful times of America. America, especially North America, have entered into a time that was predicted, we see, by Moses, the prophet between him and Jesus in the 24th chapter of Matthew. There's a prophecy made by Jesus of the present time of America without mentioning her name. He refers to the country as a world, but this part of the earth is referred to in many places by the prophet Jesus himself as a wilderness. Name America is not yet 500 years old. The prophet refers to it as a wilderness and a prophecy. It is terrific. I use the word terrible because it's not a thing that can be described as something else, or something that is moving slowly, or something that can be recognized so easily by the common people. It is clear to all who can see that America has reached a stage about which she always has been warned. She always has wanted to keep a secret because of a so-called Negro slave. See, she never desired for the slave to know too much of what was in store for her because of enslaving and mistreating her slave. She had wear them for the past 400 years, and she knows them. And she knows how they think, how they react to her teachings. And she knows the fear of her. She knows the slave, but the slave do not know America, the slave master. See, the dreadful and awful day's doom is now in the doors and windows of America and of the church, the religion of America. See, as long as Christianity worked, see, America thought she was safe because it's one of the most deceiving and upright misleadings of the world. And so I'm going to say this. See, Jesus did not establish Christianity. He never preached Christianity to you. See, the religion is within you. You see, Jesus never established a religion of Christianity. See, Jesus spoke about these scholars. They like to be enrolled. They like to be greeted in the marketplaces. They like to have the uppermost seats. See, schools don't make you a preacher. See, they came to Jesus What's all this learning? What's all this teaching? See, Jesus was 12 years old among scholars, amongst their scientists. And Joseph and Mary, they went all over to look for this child. They saw how he grew and how he was answered these questions amongst these scholars. And see, Jesus neither lessons was learned. But the first thing they can show you their doctrines of divinity. And Isaiah, the prophet, says you got to be aware of these doctrines of divinity. See, they can show you their PhD, their MA, their DD. See, Isaiah said DD means dogs. It's talking about preachers, greedy dogs that never get enough. And see, he's whooping us, and I'm putting myself in that. Although I don't belong in it, but I'm going in it. So those that are comfortable, that are in it, I'm trying to pull us out of it. You see, America got all of these for religious, the most religious or the most ignorant faith. You can walk a couple of miles, blocks, and not walk into a door of a church. The Christian preachers, they think that they are the upright people. All day long, their voice are heard in the air, preaching Jesus, the prophet. See, Allah God has taught me that if we carefully examine everything in this American religion of Christianity is designed to make slaves out of black people. If Christianity was a red rag and wrung out, see, every job will write slavery in for the black man. The world knows this now, but the spiritually blind, deaf, dumb, American so-called Negro to whom I'm calling and appealing to reason. So I'm calling them to reason with me on the truth, on their own starvation that is now truth, of self and kind, of the enemy of self. There will not be an end to the carcasses between black and white in America and throughout the world until this wrong we see, evil, murdering, deceiving, and robbing the poor black man of the earth is destroyed, and righteousness and justice are practiced.